Today on Poor Boys RC, we asked ChatGPT, what's the big difference between the Tamiya BBX and its cheaper little brother, the DT-04?
Excellent!
Now, obviously, I own both of these RC cars, and I love both of these RC cars, but they're very, very different, especially when it comes to price point. And in my videos, I tend to give you guys my opinion on things. This time I wanted to do something a bit different and ask ChatGPT. ChatGPT says the BBX is more of a classic performance buggy, using a hybrid monocoque and roll cage frame, a more serious off-road suspension design, full ball bearings, universal drive shafts, comes with a ball differential, and they say overall BBX is more performance-oriented and upscale for hobbyists who want better suspension, full bearings, and a more serious build and tuning experience. That's a pretty good explanation. Kind of vague, but a good explanation. What do they say about the DT-04? Beginner-friendly fun buggy based on the DT-04 chassis, the latest evolution of Tamiya's DT series of two-wheel drive buggies, remaining entry-level friendly while ready to drive off-road. Chassis tub and welded panels. I wouldn't say they're welded panels, they're definitely injection molded polycarbonate, a very thick polycarbonate. Body panel screw onto a frame, yeah, it uses a gear diff, definitely. Suspension double wishbone front and rear with CVAs, yep. Two selectable wheelbases, shorter for agility, longer for stability, yep. Overall, the DT-04 is more user-friendly and easier to build and maintain, ideal for beginners or casual off-road fun. In a nutshell, I think they nailed it. But let's take a closer look at these two buggies and see what we think. Let's just start by looks. I mean, looking at the BBX versus the DT-04, what do we see right away? The BBX is bigger, taller, and overall just looks like a bit more of an imposing buggy. And that's not taking anything away from the DT-04, it's still a really great buggy. The BBX is just bigger and a little meaner looking. If we're gonna compare wheelbases, the BBX has got the DT-04 beat by about a centimeter, but when we compare track width, we see that the DT-04 is actually a little bit wider. So what's the big deal? Why does this one cost a fraction of the price of this one? Let's start off by taking a closer look at the BBX. I have driven and enjoyed both of these buggies, but the BBX's suspension, in my opinion, really makes it stand out from the DT-04. If we look at the front suspension setup, it's very similar. In fact, it's almost identical to the DT-04. But here we've got these aluminum shocks and they are tuned really nice from factory. They are so smooth. And look how much suspension travel we have. It is phenomenal. Out in the rear, we've got huge shocks. Again, all aluminum bodied, huge suspension travel. But here we have a rear trailing arm setup, very different than the DT-04, where we have a double wishbone. Is trailing arm rear suspension better than double wishbone rear suspension? I mean, if you look at race buggies, they all have double wishbone. They don't run trailing arms anymore. But if I had to pick one to run on the sand, to run off-road in harsher conditions, I would definitely choose the BBX. The BBX also uses a really clever body support system or body tie-down system, just using a bunch of Velcro to get this top plate off. So you notice no body pins anywhere. I've got a vertically mounted servo up there, hooked up to the steering bell crank. Everything's riding on ball bearings. So it's just really nice and smooth feeling. Your battery slides underneath here, underneath your driver. Then tucked away back in the back there, you can see I've got a Hobbywing brushless ESC. That's a 10BL120. And that's paired to this Surpass supersonic 13.5 turn brushless censored motor. There's just something about the suspension geometry and just the way this car is set up. I would go BBX all day. It just feels bigger, heavier, more planted. And interestingly enough, one of the key selling points of this kit is that it comes with a ball diff. I hate ball diffs. I always struggle with ball diffs. When I assembled mine, I actually put a gear diff in it. I believe the TA06, don't quote me on that, give it a quick Google check. Because I don't race, I don't care if I don't have the fine precision of a ball differential. I need robust, I need reliable, I went with a gear diff. And I think the nail in the coffin when it comes to hardcore off-road performance, what's gonna separate the BBX from the DT-04 is going to be the fact that it comes with these huge tires, relatively speaking to the DT-04. The front tires on the BBX are significantly taller. Same thing goes with the rear tires. That height variance makes a huge difference when you're off-roading. That's like being in a full-scale truck and going from 31s to 35s. It's a huge difference. So in my summary, the BBX comes with much nicer suspension out of the box, ball bearings out of the box, just a suspension geometry, just a vehicle setup that really just works very well. Beautiful metal oil-filled shocks, CVDs in the rear, but all that comes at a cost. So right now you can get the BBX for $255.50 on A main. The DT-04 is $153.99, but let's scroll down. You will need to complete an ESC and a motor. I ran my BBX on a brushed motor, a 15-turn brush Holmes Hobbies. It was great, but upgrading to brushless 13.5-turn censored, it was better. It just kicks so much ass right now. I love it. The DT-04 is a little bit of a different beast. Again, entry level, you do get a brushed motor. You get a torque-tuned motor. You get a Hobbywing 1060 brushed ESC, which is good for 2 to 3S. It's waterproof. It works great. Plastic CVA oil-filled shocks at all 4 corners, adjustable wheelbase, which is kind of cool. Right now I've got it set to the short wheelbase, which uses this long upper A-arm that kind of wraps around the shock. You can also set it to a longer wheelbase where you have an adjustable turnbuckle on top and you get rid of this A-arm and you stretch out your wheelbase by about ½ an inch. Longer wheelbase means you're going to be a little more stable at high speeds on straightaways. Shorter wheelbase, a little less stable at the high speeds, but more nimble through turns. So depending on what kind of track you want to run on, you've got some options. Very cool. And one thing I love about it is the way the body hinges up right here. So you give this little cam here a quarter turn, pop out these 2 body pins, and then this guy hinges up. Then you've got your driver figure right here, and check this out. The driver's built on this little sled. He just kind of slides out like that. What's up, dude? Got the poor boy's colors on there. Nice. And your battery drops right inside here. Very, very similar to the BBX, but this guy just comes with bushings, gear diff in the back, which again, I'm a fan of, but other people would consider it maybe a downgrade from a ball diff. And while the gearbox is considered pretty much bulletproof on these bad boys, you do have some limitations with gearing. Only a 17 or a 19 tooth pinion can be used, and that is that. It's fixed. So out of these two, which one is a superior machine? Well, I mean, I think the favor has to go to the BBX. It is just engineered to be a bit more robust, just a bit more sort of bash, race, track worthy, kind of build it to how you want it to be built. This is the superior machine, hands down, but you're going to pay for it. If you are on a tighter budget or you just like quirkier looking RCs, the DT-04 Fighter Next Gen is the right pick for you. $155 US, drop in your electronics, drop in a steering servo and you're good to go. And this is a lot of performance for something at a very low price point. Plus you get the joy of, painting up your driver figures, doing that kind of neat stuff, a bit of that Tamiya modeling. You can paint these body panels. Some guys do, some guys don't. I left mine white, put my stickers on there. That was that. So you got a lot of great customizing options. Then you can also hit the aftermarket with both vehicles. With the raffle car, we put carbon fiber shock stays. We put aluminum oil filled shocks on there, full ball bearing kit. There's so much you can do with both of these cars and have a total blast. There's no wrong choice. And honestly, in my opinion, there's something about having a low buck RC that performs well that just puts a huge smile on my face. You guys that have been following my channel for a long time know this is a segment of the hobby that I love. Inexpensive cars that are just fun to drive, look cool, have a nice personality. Look at that, great suspension. And the DT-04 is that. I've had it on a racetrack. It can really do it all, have a lot of fun. No, you're not gonna win races with this thing. With either of these, you're not going to. Don't even think about it. But are you gonna have fun? Are you gonna get around a track? Have you got good suspension? Of course you do, look at that, it's great. I think the choice is really up to you depending on what kind of budget you have to work with. You can't screw it up. A lot of you viewers at home have asked for this video, so I made it just for you. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, take a second, hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I need your help to get to 55,000 subs by the end of this year. And if you want to consider becoming a Patreon or a channel member, maybe getting some cool merch, I've got all the links down below, making it super quick and easy for you guys. Also note that if you are a Patreon or a channel member, I'm going to call you a wild stallion, and we've got exclusive content for our Wild Stallion members every Monday. Some exclusive giveaways too. So, which one of these do you prefer? Let me know in the comments below. I love them both. They're like my children. I can't choose a favorite. I'm going to throw some running footage here down for you guys. I've had so much fun with both of these cars at the beach doing my thing. You got to check it out. I think you'll love them. Thanks so much for watching Poor Boys RC, everybody. Till next time, be excellent to each other.
So good. Kind of reminds me of a bear hawk. The overhead view kind of gives you some bear hawky kind of vibes. Started building a little kicker right here, but I started getting attacked by a dog. Yeah. We got the corduroy section here. Look at the suspension go. Oh, that sound is great. Look at her dance. Get some smoother stuff over here. Yeehaw. How cool is this machine? Oh, look at like the rocks and everything shot up on the side. Yeah. And yes, I am aware that I'm running on salty sand, guys. Don't worry about that. Been doing it for years. I've got techniques on how to clean it up afterwards. Now this kit comes with the option to run it on a 17 or a 19 tooth pinion. I'm running on the 17. I believe it came with the 17, and that's what I used. So you could jump it up to 19 for a little more top end, which I would say could probably use. Looks like we're feeling about 20 miles per hour or so, maybe a little bit quicker. Perfect little beach buggy. Oh, the suspension's great. Full pop. Whoa, yeah. Nice, dude. You guys that have been following my channel for a long time know this is a segment of the hobby that I love. Inexpensive cars that are just fun to drive, look cool, have a nice personality. Look at that, great suspension, soars through the air, looks rad. This is where it's at.